Hey, welcome to another video from SkinnyMedic. I have the X-Sight here made by ATN. This is a cool little scope and we're going to take a close look at it. So when you get your Exite, this is the box it comes in. You also get this carrying case, which is actually a pretty nice carrying case. Has lots of room, has padding to protect your scope when it's not on your rifle. And then of course, this is the scope. This is what you guys are wanting to see. So taking a close look at the outside of the scope here, you've got a nice iPad here. My face sealed up very nicely, especially at night. Didn't let any light in. Even shooting during the day, I could see very well with my face pushed up here. You do have a focus here. These are your controls. It's all digital. It's almost looking like a computer screen if I could explain how you're looking through it. So you're not looking through a piece of glass. It's almost like you're looking through a projection on a screen. So this is how you operate the scope. It's just like using a computer. So taking a look at the outside here, this is with a battery. It does take 4 AA batteries. I recommend running the lithium batteries in this just because of the amount of power this thing requires. That if you're going to get any time out of the scope, you need to run lithium batteries. This cover here is where I have my mini SD card. Also has the HDMI cable input if you'd like to put that in there. This side here is our infrared illuminator. You activate it by pushing both buttons down. Let's see if I can get it to... Yep, you can see it a little bit in the camera, and of course you can adjust it as well. Has a nice sunshade. You can of course take this off and on as you choose. So you have 2 focuses on this scope. One here and one here. Now all the zoom is done with the interface within the software. So here's our mount. The mount of course for the rifle. I had it off and on the rifle several times the last several weeks shooting it, and didn't really notice any problems with holding 0 at all. It says please wait configuring device. Then it's going like 10%, 15%.
I don't have any of these cameras on.
Now to me there's definitely some features of this scope that sets it apart from any scope I've had in the past. Is of course one is this is a day-night scope, so it means we can shoot during the day. Also has a night vision scope as well. I like the Wi-Fi feature where you can hook this scope up to your phone and connect it to your Wi-Fi, and then you can display on your phone. My thought was teaching my boy how to shoot. I can mount the scope to his 1022 and then I can see what he's seeing in his scope to help him aim. So like he can be shooting, he looks into the scope, I'm on my phone, I can see the exact same picture he's seeing. So I thought as a training tool for my son learning how to shoot, it would be an excellent idea for that. Another cool feature about the scope is it records in 1080p and 720. At 1080p it's recording at 30 frames a second, and at 720 it's recording at 60 frames per second. So this scope does have software that has to boot up. So if you do not have it turned on, you will not have a sight picture. So it takes a little bit of time to boot the software up, almost like starting up a laptop. So I would absolutely recommend if you're hunting to have the scope on and just leave it on. So once you've put it up, you have a sight picture, and it's basically like you have a computer in front of you that you're looking at. So here's the power button to turn it on. You push and hold it, you'll see it booting up in the screen. Then these are your electronic zooming. That's all how we zoom with the scope. And then you can hit the record button to record your video. You can also snap still shots. Alright, let's see if I can get it to focus in there. Alright, you can see we're booting up. And we're started up. It's not going to focus on, but that's what the screen looks like. And then to turn the scope off, you push and hold the power button until it cuts itself off. This is a 3x12 zoom here. They also make a 5x18 zoom. This scope is going to add 2.3 pounds to your rifle. The directions are very clear and easy to understand, have some nice pictures, and this is what the actual interface looks like when you're going through the different settings on the scope. I'm really looking forward to getting the scope out in the woods, doing some hunting with it, getting some cool video of some kill shots, and some cool just overall pictures using the scope. I'm also really looking forward to using this as a training tool with my son, that being able to see what he sees and to be able to help him aim and to teach him how to shoot, I think will be a huge advantage using this scope. So I hope this video helps. You never know when you'll be the first responder. Remember, you need the right gear and the right training.